Now that's what I'm talking about. That's a damn good movie.
Cool.
Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for the movie The Gorge. The Gorge stars Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy and slightly Sigourney Weaver. And the movie is directed by Scott Derrickson, the guy who did a Doctor Strange and a bunch of horror movies like Sinister, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and something else. Yeah, he did another, Black Phone. This is a new Apple TV original movie about two soldiers from different countries. They're posted at this station called the Gorge, the west side and the east side. And they're both like these unknown soldiers who have no family or anything. And they're sentenced to look after the Gorge on each of these sides and protect basically the world of what comes out of the Gorge. They're sentenced for 1 year on each side. They can't communicate with each other. All they have to do is protect the Gorge and do not let anything out of the Gorge. But they don't listen, and the two characters communicate with each other, and it spawns a romance between the two of them. And eventually something happens. They end up in the Gorge, and they find out the truth about the Gorge and what the government has been doing. This movie looked awesome from the trailers. I really wanted to watch this movie because, one, I'm a big fan of Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy. I think they are both some of the best actors working today. And the two of them together in a movie, sign me up. And Scott Derrickson. I like Scott Derrickson. I'm not a big Doctor Strange fan, but I like his horror movies just fine. And just, this movie looked engaging. And honestly, it is. I'm going to let's cut to the chase. This is a good movie. The Gorge is a movie. If you have Apple TV, I highly recommend to watch it. It's engaging. It's thrilling. It's got good characters, good performances. The action is done very well. I feel like this movie's going to fall under two conditions with some people. It's going to have two groups of people. There's going to be people who love this movie from start to finish, and then there's people who are going to like the first hour and then not like the second hour. I feel like this is how it's going to go because the first hour is very engaging. It's slower. It has atmosphere. And it builds on these two characters in this romance. And honestly, the romance is... It's kind of hard not to love. You like these two because these two are very likable actors. And they both are doing a great job. And they both have chemistry. And you really kind of root for the two of them. And just like... If the whole movie was just that, the two of them communicating and occasionally shooting some creatures with their guns, but the whole movie was just the romance between the two of them, I think that could have been a really great and enjoyable film. But no, this is not spoilers because it shows in the trailers Miles Teller falls into the Gorge, and then Anya Taylor-Joy jumps into the Gorge after him. That's how the trailer ends. The trailer does a smart thing. It doesn't spoil anything in the third act, because the whole third act is just them surviving the Gorge and what's in the Gorge. They haven't spoiled like what creatures look like and stuff, so that was kind of cool. I feel like some people are just going to get invested with the story with the two romances, but when they go into the Gorge and it gets all creepy and weird and goes a little crazy, some people are going to lose interest. So I feel like, because Scott Derrickson is a horror director, you can really tell, and his horror directing really comes in handy in the third act. When they are in the Gorge with these monsters and creatures, there's a lot of horror elements in it, and it's great. The CG looks great. This guy's not an action director, but he can direct action very well. Very crisp shots, no shaky cam, keeps the camera still, smooth transitions, good edits. It's very good, very gripping action sequences. This guy should do more action movies. Like, like he's another Joseph Krasinski. I don't know, but like he does a very good job. It's a very well directed movie. I think this is Scott Derrickson's one of his better movies because he creates atmosphere, he has good shots, he sets the tone very well, and he gets great performances out of his leads, and he makes the story flow very well. It's a 2 hour and 10 movie and it flies by. I was engaged from start to finish with this film, and it's all because of very good direction. And the two leads are great too. Miles Teller, Anya Taylor-Joy, both kill it in this role. Anya Taylor-Joy is a little better. I just think she's more talented. No offense to Miles Teller, but I like Miles Teller. I think he's great, but she crushes it. Every scene Anya Taylor-Joy's in, she's great. And her action moments, super badass. And yeah, and the practical effects and the CG look good. It's nice to see a movie that looks nice. It's not bloated and ugly. It doesn't look like Mufasa the Lion King, where you can just tell the CGI is CGI. The CG looks good, and the practical blends with it very well. And for me, I was engaged throughout the whole movie. I liked the beginning, the first hour of the romance. I was very connected with her. I thought their romance was cute, and I liked how they like communicate with each other. All that was great. I was very invested with it. But even when they go into the gorge, I know it might lose some people. I was still engaged. I liked the horror aspects. There were some intense moments. The action was cool. The two of them work off each other. How they do their hand-to-hand combat and gunplay combat together is awesome. It's pretty sick. I thought it was badass. However, the movie is incredibly predictable. You can guess where every kind of story beat is going. If watched movies, you know where the story's going. Like, I knew how the movie was going to end halfway through the damn movie. Like, it is not hard to predict where the film is going and how it's all going to end. It ends super predictable. And that doesn't ruin the movie for me. Like, I've seen a lot of movies. A lot of movies are predictable. And having a twist doesn't make a movie good. Subverting expectations doesn't make a movie good. Just not knowing where things are going to happen doesn't make a movie good. It keeps you on your toes and it can engage you in that moment. But the staying power is a good story, good characters, good performances, and did it engage you and entertain you for the whole length of the film. And this film does that. That's what makes it a worthy film and have staying power for me. This is a film I would recommend to people. It's on Apple TV. Man, if I was with a buddy or a family member and they wanted to watch something on Apple TV, I'd say, hey, let's check this one out. It's a good time. And I think most people can really enjoy this film. It's not a hard R-rated movie. It's not super violent. It's like a PG-13 action movie. It's still pretty brutal for a PG-13, man. It's brutal some moments, but it's a lot. It's a movie that a lot of people can get into. It's not too gory or violent, but it has that creepy elements, but also has a very nice romance. I feel like anyone can get into it. So I'd recommend The Gorge. It's like, I knew from the trailers, I think I was going to enjoy it because it looked good, but I didn't think I'd enjoy it this much. I actually really, really liked it. And, it kind of stuck with me. My light's flickering. I hate that. But anyways, I'd recommend it. It's not a flawless movie. It's not a masterpiece. It's not something that is going to go down and the AFI greatest films of all time. It's just a good, solid movie. It's a good, engaging, entertaining, action, romance, fantasy thriller. I don't know. Sci-fi, maybe? I don't know. It's a good movie. Solid 8 out of 10. Highly recommend it. The Gorge. So good. Streaming on Apple TV. If not, I don't know, bootleg it. I don't fucking know. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite movie directed by Scott Derrickson? This might be my favorite if it was actually 8 out of 10, yeah. This or Sinister are probably my favorites. I actually like this more than Sinister, so this might actually be my favorite movie directed by Scott Derrickson. I'm going to get all the Marvel fans say Doctor Strange, which is fine. There's no wrong answer. But yeah, favorite movie directed by Scott Derrickson. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if it's this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.